In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
No problem. I'm sure this only looks worse than it actually is.
I wish I had your confidence, because this is not going to be easy. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. The first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
I assume you can fix that?
I wish it was that simple. If this happened to one of the robots on the Pridwin, I'd just swap out its fusion pile. As much as I hate to admit it, Prime's power systems are out of my league. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get her down here to lend a hand with his power system, we can get the big guy moving.
Attention. Delta Team Lead, report to the bridge. Delta Team Lead to the bridge.
Dr. Lee.
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime,
You promised you'd help.
You're right, I did. But you neglected to mention that I'd be out. I've been down this road with the Brotherhood. Why would I make the same...
Because we care what happens to the common.
You may not like the Brotherhood, but the people of the Commonwealth shouldn't have to suffer for it.
You know, if anyone else wearing a Brotherhood of Steel uniform said something like that. But coming from you, tell Proctor Ingram to get... It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get Liberty Prime back online.
Hey.
Go ahead. Hey, let me ask you something.
Sure. Ask away.
It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
Yeah. I'm alright.
Huh. You're a tougher nut than I... Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure.
Right.
Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point. And folks were still losing sleep. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
Broken mask?
This was long before I'd moved to town, but apparently some gentleman type shows up in Diamond City. Guess he didn't like the food because he pulled his pistol and opened fire on the folks enjoying it. When security finally put enough holes in him to drop him, they say he was full of servos and sprockets, just like yours truly. Seems he malfunctioned, went berserk. It was the first time people realized that synths had stopped looking like me and started looking like them. Considering what these folks went through, I felt real lucky they let me in the front gate at all.
Massacre of the CPG. What's that?
The Commonwealth Provisional Government. Years back, a group of settlements tried to get together and form a coalition. Every settlement with even a hint of clout sent representatives to try and hash out an agreement. Only the Institute sent a representative of their own, a synth. The man killed every rep at the talks. The Commonwealth Provisional Government was over before it even got off the ground. I took up in town not long after. I was damn lucky they didn't just tell me to scram right then and there.
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd, known for an evening. Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing, just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 tough. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero, offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested, said taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide.
You took down 4 guys by yourself?
Well, I didn't have to. Back then, synths were even more of an unknown quantity than they are today. I told them I was rigged to explode and started going beep, beep, beep. Hardest part of that rescue was keeping from laughing as they climbed over each other to get away.
You're not a spy, right? Testing, testing. Hello, Institute, can you hear me? Hello.
Hell if I know. If I am, the Institute's plan to gather intel on all the runaways of the Commonwealth has been going off without a hitch.
Was it hard, settling in?
Well, they sure didn't make it easy. I started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. I got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so happy to do it, it was months before I started charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the synth, but it was Nick the detective folks came to see. It was about then that things finally started feeling normal.
Right.
It took me a long time to realize that home is where you make it. That's a long story, but I hope it.
System Delta's at 100%.
Ingram?
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is.
Charming, isn't she?
Maybe I should teach her some manners.
That's not necessary. She isn't gonna be much. Besides, Dr. Lee, we're working with one of Prime's original designers. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you.
Sure. Sure. Anything you need.
That's what I love about you. You're ready to leap into action, and I bet you don't have the faintest idea what. The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and. Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple hydraulic pistons he had in the past. We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a brand new system using electromagnets, and what we need you to do is build the.
Right.
Now that you know what the actuators are, you need to know how to. These are the plans and the materials list.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here. The only thing we need you to head out and find is, according to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals. We've already sent out a few teams.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb. So, good luck.
Bet this place helped a lot of people in its day.
Going down. Basement.
In 4 out of 5 diagnoses, doctors recommend a nice cup of tea and a good lie down.
Go check that out. Check it out. Take a look. Going up. Second floor.
If you haven't signed up for your quarter-annual colonic, why not? Ask our researchers today that a removed spleen can result in a modest increase in white blood cells, as well as a horrific, painful death.
Going up. Ground floor. Going down. Basement.
Must have been a madhouse after the bombs.
Going up. Ground floor. Going down. Basement.
anxious, overstimulated, try smoking a refreshing cigarette. Sensors are located on the patient floor.
Going up. Ground floor.
Bet this place helped a lot of people in its day.
Going down. Basement.
Not doing them much good at this point.
Hello there.
Going down. Basement. Going up. Second floor. that?
Hey, lady, that interview you did with Piper is really selling. Here's your free copy. Read the public and be prepared.
Who wants to look beautiful? Hairstyle, cross-town.
Don't walk outside the wall undefended. High quality protection for sale.
You? I don't know you. Just keep your distance.
Keep calm. I'm standing still.
That's exactly what a synth would say.
Human as the day I was born.
Well, you do look human enough, but I'll be watching you. I have eyes like a... Well, they're good eyes. Got it? All right. We can do business, but no funny stuff.
They've been listening this whole time.
Let's see what you have.
Everything you need.
All right?
Excuse me, Proctor Ingram.
That's all 4 actuators. Delivered and done. Nice work.
Right on schedule. I've completed the restoration of Prime's basic functions, and he's ready to go. In fact, it's getting difficult to explain to the system why it can't move right now.
Well, as soon as my scribes get those actuators in place, we'll have his arms and legs installed in no time. Which brings me to your next assignment. It won't be long before Prime can walk and talk, but he's missing one last important element. His nukes. Without them, his offensive systems aren't operating.
Shouldn't be a problem. Just...
I wish I could. Prime's bomb pack is fitted for Mark 28 nuclear bombs. the same type of bombs that were dropped from aircraft. The Commonwealth was a major staging area for the military's Air Force, so we assumed we wouldn't have trouble finding. But since we arrived, our scouting team...
That's going to be a problem. Without a fully loaded nuke pack, Primal...
She's right.
Of course she's right. But before you give up hope, there's actually a silver lining here. Proctor Quinlan has located some records regarding a military installation, which was used as a nuclear weapons storage. We're fairly certain this included a stockpile of the mark. The catch is that the installation is located somewhere within the globe.
I'll head out there immediately.
Good, because that's exactly...
Sure.
Scribe Halen's established a communications point on the front. I suggest you head out there first and establish a signal protocol with her so that the nukes can be airlifted out once you... Hopefully, by the time you've returned, we'll be ready to wake...
Right.
Good luck, Knight.
Good to see you again, Knight. You've come a long way since you stumbled into the Cambridge police station.
Thanks, Halen. I assume the place...
We're doing the best that we can. We've had the occasional synth attack, but so far we've been... Thanks to the reinforcements and the air support, I'd say that site was secure.
That's not surprising.
I appreciate that.
Right.
Anyway, I know you don't have time for small talk. I've had the men set up the equipment we'll need to pinpoint. We've rigged up this distress pulsar to emit a unique tone. When you find the bombs, plant the pulsar. After that, you should probably head back to Proctor.
I hope this plan works.
Look, I know you've been through the glowing sea before. If you don't, the radiation will cook you from the... Good luck, Knight.
Pharaoh set up a franchise way out here? I can't believe what I'm looking at.
State your purpose, stranger. You walk on
I'm looking for some bombs.
The children of Atom have sworn to...
Enough of this nonsense.
Your anger will not bring... You will leave this place...
Right? All right, nutjob. This is...
No! You're...
lend you a
don't
hand
have
with
the
that terminal?
password.
All you gotta do is ask. We'll be taking that.
Proctor?
Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a good find.
I'll work with your team to ensure that Prime's bombs remain stable after they're loaded into his pack. It won't be too much of a problem.
Well, Dr. Lee, I have to admit, we couldn't have done this without you.
It's a little early to begin celebrating, Proctor Ingram. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his system stable are gonna hold.
I have full confidence in everyone's abilities here.
I appreciate that.
Proctor, all the readouts look green. I think it's time for you to perform the power shunt.
Actually, I think I'm gonna let you press the button. After all, without your help, we'd still be staring at a pile of disassembled parts.
It would be better if a trained technician performed that task, but I suppose you deserve to be the one to do it.
That thing should be scrapped for parts.
Trust me, friend. Neither me nor the machine wins out in that transaction.
Liberty Prime, back online.
All right, let's run a basic diagnostic on him.
Diagnostic command accepted.
Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration.
Voice module online. Audio functionality test initialized. Designation: Liberty Prime Mark II. Mission: the liberation of Anchorage, Alaska. Primary targets: any and all red Chinese invaders.
Now let me run a system analysis and battle readiness check.
Liberty Prime, full system analysis. All systems nominal. Weapons hot. Warning: nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required. Warning: power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart recommended. Ability to repel red Chinese invaders compromised.
I've got green lights across the board here. He's looking good from where I'm sitting. Doctor, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the big guy here, I'd appreciate it. Well, I have to admit, I wasn't sure we'd be able to pull it off, but Liberty Prime's looking pretty good.
What was that he said about his power core?
Prime's in top shape, but his nuclear engine needs to be restarted. Right now, we have him running off of the Pridwin's engines. Once I get that sorted out, we'll send him off to kick in the Institute's front door. Before you head off to your next assignment, I have something for you. I came up with this little beauty myself. I think it'll add a bit more punch to your power armor.
It'll do, I suppose.
Well, that's gratitude. Anyway, that's enough of that. You better hightail it. Elder Maxson said he needed to speak to you. And thank you, Knight. Without...
Sir.
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
Am I being accused of something?
That remains to be seen. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from their underground facility. After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something unprecedented. Paladin Dance is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
The data must be faulty.
The findings have been validated by multiple sources. Quinlan wouldn't have brought this to me if he wasn't 100% certain of the results. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL, disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Dance are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
You have to believe me. He never told me he was a synth.
Apparently, I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at your word. However, that doesn't absolve you. Dance is a synth. He represents everything. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve all, which leaves me facing the most difficult order. I'm ordering you to...
With pleasure.
You totally lost it? You're agreeing to...
I appreciate. Listen, I'm not blind to the fact that Dance was your mentor, and this isn't an easy burden to bear. But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be able... And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. So don't you're dismissed.
Attention. Delta Team Lead, report to the bridge. Delta Team Lead to the bridge.
Proctor Ingram said
What if I miss?
don't.
Okay, sure. Firing.
Proctor Quinlan?
Oh, Knight. I was told you were coming. Sorry about this business with Dance.
Good. Firing.
What do you know about the situation?
While I was decrypting all of the data, it appears that the Institute keeps exemplary records where their synths are concerned, including logging those that were reported. As I was perusing this list, I came across a quick DNA comparison with our own records. I'm certain this comes as quite a shock.
I don't need apologies.
Yes, you're quite right. I've been poring over Dance's duty reports, and unfortunately, as you're well aware, Dance had intimate knowledge of the Commonwealth, and I'm afraid... I think our best approach would be to identify every location he's ever visited. You may want to get comfortable.
What the hell is this crap about Dance?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity.
Right.
So he sets Dance up, and then you knock him down.
How did you hear about it?
There are no secrets in the Brother. Maxon's made it clear that we're to locate Paladin Dance, and if we find... That can only mean you've been sent to hunt.
Orders are orders.
Orders are orders? That's all you... I can't believe that after everything Paladin Dance did for you, there's obviously been a mistake, and...
Scribe Halen, you're addressing a senior officer, and you will show her the respect. Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us...
Of course. I believe I have some information.
Very well, then. Would you care to enlighten us?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information. I've stored the data on my vertebra...
I'll take anything that gets me closer to...
Yes, ma'am. If you'll follow me, ma'am.
to get someone killed?
Halen?
This way. Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Dance?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, before you do, I need you to listen to what I have to say. I've known Paladin Dance ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration, my respect, and my friendship. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He's still Dance.
Why are you telling me all of this?
Because someone has to before you rush off and carry out Maxon's order. Dance is the most selfless person I've ever met. That's why I'm asking you. Not just as a member of the... If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he's become truly...
Yeah, what Maxon's asking...
Sure. All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes, you'll do the right thing. Before the Pribwin showed up, Dance had me identify a fallback point if we ever lost the police station. It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war U.S. military outpost on the northern frontier of the Commonwealth. It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it.
Right.
Just be careful. There's no time.
Hey.
Now, where'd you go?
Going down.
I'm not surprised Maxon sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
Why didn't you tell me, Dance?
Because I didn't know. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Halen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxon even want me alive?
How could you not know that you're a synth?
It doesn't make sense to me either. It just feels like a cruel joke. I remember being a child. I remember growing up in the ruins. Everything. I suppose they programmed that all into my head. I mean, I feel like I've been in control of my entire life. Even though the proof states I'm a synth, I don't feel any different than I did before. Why does any of this even matter to you? You're obviously here.
No, but I'm hoping there's a way out.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that this must be... I wish Maxon had sensed, but that doesn't change a thing. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxon. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never... Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees. I need to be the example.
The empathy that you're showing me...
I appreciate what you're trying to do. I'm ready to accept the con... Maxon's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be...
Is there any way out of this?
We both know that this is the right thing to do. If you refuse to follow Maxon's orders, I can't allow that.
If you're so eager to die...
If you leave here without completing your order, Maxon's obviously testing you.
If it needs to be done, then so be it.
I've never been prouder of you than I am right now. It's been a pleasure, sir.
Identify yourself. Please step into the open and identify yourself. Going up.
When I get off duty, that Salisbury steak is mine.
Elder Maxon?
Report, Knight. Have you handled the situation with Paladin Dance?
Did you want his holotags as proof?
That won't be necessary. Perhaps you should keep them as a... Of course. Dance's execution creates a missing link in our chain. That traitor held quite an important position with... His quarters and all his possessions are now yours. Congratulations, Paladin.
I'm honored, Elder.
You've earned it by your own... Just be aware that a Brotherhood Paladin is expected to be... I trust you won't disappoint them. In any event, we still have the Institute to contend with, while the finishing touches are being put onto Liberty Prime. Captain Kell, report to him immediately. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Reactor at 100% efficiency.
Delta sequence initiated. Completion time, 14 minutes.
Ah, Paladin. Good. Now that the unfortunate matter regarding Dance has been settled, we can return to our primary mission.
Do you think Dance's execution...
It's quite obvious Dance was a traitor. Or at the very... That machine's presence was endangering... Your actions in this matter were not... With all of that behind us, we can...
No rest for the weary.
We'll rest when the Institute is a smoking ruin. Now, before we launch our attack on the... They're a small but capable group that uses subterfuge and guerrilla tactics to harass. Our tactical analysis says they could possibly hamper or harm. If we strike them now, we should be able to maximize.
Then let's get to it.
Your enthusiasm is Destroying the railroad hinges on completely eliminating their leadership. To that end, here's a list of the 5 targets we believe would cause a catastrophic...
Consider it done.
Thank you, Paladin. Now, before you depart, Proctor Ingram has
Our sources tell us that the railroad has some sort of experimental or prototype robot, and they're calling it the Predictive Analytic Machine. They use the robot for complex strategic calculations that are much more efficient than anything. If you could use this holotape to decrypt the security on Pam's terminal, it will force the unit to... I'm certain we could put Pam's computing power to good use. Otherwise, destroy...
I'll try to get it back here.
Good. It'd be a hell...
I'm certain you'll do whatever it takes. When you're ready, proceed to the Old North Church and link up with our... They'll provide demolition support and all the firepower. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Let's do this.
Aha! Found you! Contact lost.
Wouldn't want it going to waste now, would we?
Let's do this. Should've just...
People have been down here.
Detonation pack secured and ready, sir.
Put your hands up.
What?
Not. Let's do this. No.
It's only a...
Sam.
Secret base.
Enemy.
Intruder countermeasures active. This unit is incapable of voice communication.
Pam.
Full system reset accepted. Awaiting instructions. Factory reset mode enabled. Command mode available.
Think they're gone for good?
Pam.
Ready for programming instructions. Recommend interface type RJ11G.
this to be the last mug you see.
Ham.
Full system reset accepted. Awaiting instructions.
I'm looking this up.
Nice.
Well, it appears that the railroad won't be a hindrance to our future operations.
What's going to happen to their headquarters?
The location doesn't hold tactical significance, so we'll simply post a small squad. I'm also pleased you managed to secure Pam. We are having it brought to the Pridwin, where it will be installed. It's an amazing piece of pre-war technology that should... Speaking of pre-war technology, Proctor Ingram is putting the final touches on Liberty Prime. Congratulations on another success. Ad Victoriam.
Attention. Tomorrow's tactical briefing has been postponed. A new time and date will be forthcoming.
Proctor Ingram.
You look like you've been through the ringer, Paladin. Can't say that I blame you. That was a hell of a business with Dance. Can't even imagine having to look him in the face and pull the trigger.
Believe me, it wasn't easy.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm sorry you had to be the one to handle the dirty work. Anyway, we need to move on to more important things. We've been feeding him power through the Pridwin's engines, but there isn't nearly enough. That's why we need you to find us.
And I'm betting you know right where to find...
Of course I do. I didn't become head of shipmate. Quinlan dug up some dirt on a company called... The CEO was some kind of an... The agitator was his crown jewel. Record. That's where we're headed. Hope you don't mind a little...
I don't think we're in the kind of position to be...
Well, it would be helpful.
I knew you'd see it my way. Kells has a vertibird on standby, waiting to drop us off on the roof. Grab whatever gear you need and meet me on the flight. If the Institute finds out the agitator's there, they'll...
Flying around in a 200-year-old aircraft?
Roger
What
that,
could go
Scabbard.
wrong?
We have clearance for release. You might want to hang on, sir. The drop can be a little rough.
Never could get used to flying in these things.
I hear something.
Hostile targets sighted on the roof, sir. Prepare to engage.
Damn synths, they're crawling all over the place. Send them out before we drop.
Whoever or whatever you are, I know you are out there.
We're taking too much damage, sir. I'll get us above the roof so you can bail out.
We're in position. Go, go! See you on the roof, Paladin. All right, let's head to the lab. See the agitator anywhere. It must have been moved.
I'm in.
Let's check out that terminal over there.
Please lower your weapon.
Did good.
You found the key card. Good. Now we can get that elevator running.
Going down.
Gone. If they were... I will be ready.
Contact detected? Possibly. Detonating explosive charge.
Anomaly detected.
No. How interesting.
Please come out. Scanning.
Going down.
I am no longer detected in enemy presence.
Whoever or whatever you are, I know you are out there. You cannot escape. Detection for long.
There it is. Mass Fusion's reactor. make them like that anymore.
200-year-old experimental reactor, huh? Sure to inform the next again.
Radiation levels are dangerously high in there. Let me know if you need any radiation protection. I'll communicate with you through their intercom system, while I monitor everything from out here.
Decontamination sequence. Decontamination complete. You may proceed.
The beryllium agitator should be in a port at the top of the reactor.
Security alert in the reactor chamber. Emergency lockdown initiated. Please wait. Decontamination complete.
Playing hide. Couldn't stay away, huh? Anything useful?
Do not be alarmed. Law and order will be restored.
Going weapons cold.
Guess asking for a date's out of the question at this. They're here somewhere.
Threat neutralized.
Lockdown ended.
The Institute must have sent reinforcements.
Yeah, so much for us waltzing out of here.
I'll help hold them off. Just make sure you get the agitator out of here.
Since immediate would appear. Has disappeared.
You know you...
Accomplished.
No. How interesting.
Intruder alert!
Contact detected. Possibly.
Standing down.
Threat neutralized.
Proctor Ingram?
Glad to see you're still in one piece.
I wouldn't have made it without your help.
That's funny. I seem to remember having to talk you into letting me come along. Anyway, we shouldn't stand around here talking.
Sure. Ingram?
Well, this is it. The moment of truth. We've pre-programmed.
Proctor Ingram?
Well, this is it. The moment of truth. We've pre-programmed Liberty Prime's battle coordinates into his navigational processor. As soon as he's under his own power, he'll head straight. Elder Maxon wants you to follow. And make sure I've checked every wire and every bolt on the big guy. All we need to do...
Blah, blah, blah. We don't need luck.
I didn't do it alone. Look, I discussed it with Elder Maxon, and we think just plug the beryllium agitator. Good luck, Paladin.
Shut up.
Hello? What are you hiding? Can't tell if this was storage or trash.
I've made my choice. The Institute is now our enemy.
I always knew that day was coming.
Sure. I say we attack.
I'm all for that. But we don't have it. You should give Sturgis that holotape with the Institute. In the meantime, no half measures. This time, I've got something for you to do right. Apparently the castle's been trying to get you on the radio. Some kind of situation over there. Remember, every settlement
Fusion core reinitialized. Liberty Prime, full system analysis. All systems nominal. Weapons hot. Mission: the destruction of any and all Chinese communists. Probability of Chinese victory: impossible.
Brotherhood, salute!
Ad Victoriam! Proceeding to target coordinates. Freedom is the sovereign right of every American. Democracy is non-negotiable.
Brotherhood, fall out!
Proceeding as planned. Only together can we stop the spread of communism. Only together can we stop the spread of communism. Failure. I am Liberty Prime. I am America. Communism is... Defense protocols active. All friendly. Close proximity. Overland travel to target. Probability. Hindrance. Percent. Revised stratagem initiated. Aquatic transit protocol activated. Probability of mission hindrance 0%. Democracy is truth. Communism is death. Anchorage will be liberated. Alaska's liberation is imminent.
Fire over here! I've got you covered! Sure.
Democracy is the essence of good. Communism, the very definition of evil.
Your promotion was well deserved, Paladin.
Hey.
I'll see what I can do.
Memorial site.
Good plan.
Recognized. Patriotism subroutines. Engaged.
Over there.
Honoring the fallen is the duty of every red-blooded American. American casualties unacceptable. Overkill protocols authorized. I am liberty. Technology Prime. System diagnostic commencing. Mobility complete. Optic beam fully charged. Nuclear...
Surprise assault.
is the reward of valor.
Can't hide from us.
Target reacquired. Tango down.
Mission proceeding as planned. Cultural database accessed. Quoting New England poet Robert Frost, freedom lies in being bold.
Over here!
Victory
Another victory
is assured. Objective reached. Standing defenses. You must be terminated.
Gotcha.
Curious. Red Chinese compound detected. Obstruction depth 5 meters. Composition sand, gravel, and communism. Tactical assessment. Reach compound to restore democracy. Warning. All personnel should move to minimum safe distance. Embrace democracy, or you will be eradicated. Obstruction eliminated. Ground units initiate Directive 7-3.
Elder.
The mission is proceeding as planned, Paladin. Well done. Our next target is the reactor. If anything tries to slow us down, I'm ordering you to destroy it. Man or machine. Once we reach our target, you'll need this. It's a fusion pulse charge. Attach it to the reactor, and it can be detonated remotely from a safe distance. It will be more than enough to annihilate the Institute in its entirety. Ingram, you're to remain here and teleport us out when the job is done. Get that thing working.
I thought we were getting along.
What was that?
Over here! Hostile sensor reading detected.
Sweet.
You sure you're not
Take
Mark
no
Sim-
prisoner!
I guess you wouldn't know, would you?
Why are you hiding?
Surprise assault. Fan out.
Overactive sensors. Nothing more. Movement attacking enemy. Reverting to close quarters combat. Wherever you are, be warned. Meditate all elements.
Combat initiated.
Valuable Institute property.
Going weapons mode.
This is no controls, no supervision. Technology running amok. What was that?
Utilizing stealth.
Something's
How
up.
interesting. Shutting down.
Secure the area. No mercy. Threat neutralized.
Critical failure.
Nice. That's it.
There.
Got
Nice
it.
try.
They're gone for good.
Going weapons hot. That is. At Victoria! Something's out there.
Locked on target.
Not much, man.
At Victoria!
Paladin, we've located the reactor. It's accessible through the Advanced Systems Division. Only, you can't reach it. The security override can only come from the Director's terminal. You'll need to access his quarters.
No use. That's it.
Well done, Paladin. Looks like a path should be clear to the reactor. And I am happy to report that reinforcements have arrived.
Sean?
Just get out. There's nothing more to say.
Sean.
It's too late.
Sure.
Daddy down. The heck? What was that?
Sensor. Contact detected.
Movement detected. Curious.
What was that?
Over here! Over here! Target reacquired!
Good work, Paladin.
Excuse me, Elder Max.
To leave this place to its fate. Proctor Ingram, do you copy? Our mission is complete. I need you to transport us out of here immediately. Our work here is done. Proctor Ingram, it's time to teleport us out.
Sorry, Elder, I would, but... well, this child showed up. He claims to be the Paladin's son, sir.
Attention all personnel. Evacuation order issued. Authorization 1YR31. Please proceed to your assigned evacuation
All right, Ingram. Fire it up.
Wait a second.
All right, Ingram. Fire it up.
Wait a second. You haven't even talked to the kid. You're not just gonna leave him...